Hey guys, Cell here from Final Save Point Crew, and welcome to today's episode of Hidden Gems, where we will be showing Retro City Rampage DX Edition. Okay guys, so here we are in the menu screen. As you can see, this game actually does support mods, which is kind of crazy for a little 8-bitty game. So it has some different versions here, so you can actually go between the regular DX, or the regular version and the DX version, and then the Retro Plus and the 8-bit version. It's basically adding shadows and a couple other like simple effects or whatnot. So let's go check out the settings and other options real quick. Okay, so as you can see here in the menu, we got your basic options, windowed, full screen. And then we have frame rate and VSync, so you can run the game at 60 or 30 with VSync off or on, depending. The only reason I would turn VSync off is maybe if you have like a display like FreeSync or G-Sync or something like that. And then we have, you can either go to 1 pixel, which would make the screen a little bit smaller, or you can stretch it. I typically play stretched or whatnot. And then you got your typical stuff like brightness and whatnot. Now this is cool, you can actually change the border of the game. So I typically like the arcade cabinet, but there's also like a bunch of TVs and different tube effects, and there's even like a 8-bit TV and a Game Boy kind of like setup. So I think this is pretty cool. It's kind of neat in the context of what the game is. Okay, so here you can see we have the ability to turn scan lines on and off. There's also a grid option to make it look like a dot matrix screen like on the Game Boy. And here you can see we're going through like different color patterns and stuff. So like Brian Provinciano, the guy that created this, just thought it'd be neat to like go through and create like all these like weird different color variants based off of like, you know, like an old TV or a game system, or as you can see here we even have like old DOS. He even has like a Virtual Boy one. It's like all this crazy stuff that you can do with it, just kind of set it up or customize it your experience however you want. Seems like a pretty neat thing to do, and just something that he didn't have to do that I thought was pretty cool. Okay, so what is Retro City Rampage? As you can see here, it is essentially a demake, and more specifically a demake of Grand Theft Auto or other open world games. This being the type of game that the creator of this game, Brian Provinciano, really likes. He wanted to make a challenge to himself to see if he could actually make Grand Theft Auto in the NES itself. And in the original early development of this game, it was supposed to be, I think, a cart release, if I remember right. And he actually went and built his own Nintendo Entertainment System development kit to make this. And as you can see here, it kind of makes fun of itself in a lot of ways. So here's like the cave from Zelda, and here you're getting a LARP shield. So, you know, it has little things like this. It has little nuances where like other things that like, he's probably like around the same age as me, because there's like a lot of things I like where you see like hints of like Ninja Turtles and Contra characters and other like 80s characters, and other like mentions of even things like more modern, like the Dark Knight movie. So, but yeah, he went and developed this in an actual NES development kit, and at one point decided to move it to like a downloadable game. And this game took well over 5 years to create. And personally, like, he's got music from Vert and other chiptune artists out there. I had a lot of fun playing this game, and I played it like immediately when it first came out. And since then, there's been a lot of changes to it. Some graphical overhauls, like I said, shadows were added to the characters and whatnot. And this version, there's even like an area where you can go and find the original NES ROM and play the NES ROM on here. So I thought that was pretty cool. And as you can see here, I've decided to use the Game Boy filter and the dot matrix display. Just because I was being stupid, and I just stole a Turtles van with guns on it. So, yeah, let's check out the rest of this game. It's pretty fun. Okay, so I thought this area would be pretty cool to show. This is an arcade in the game, and as you can see, there's different arcade games here, like there's Epic Meal Time, Epic Might Test. Essentially, this is making fun of Test Your Might from Mortal Kombat, and you just smash the button here, and I failed that really bad. That was terrible. But as long as you got coin, you can keep on continuing. And so yeah, it gives you like little challenges like this and gets you through the game. Now there is a prize to be won at the end, and we'll just kind of fast forward and show you guys what that is. Alright, so here we are on the final stage, and Super Sloppy Sunday. So you can see, get it up there to the point, and finishes it, and the winner is you. But whenever you finish like a arcade game, the thing is you have like a score. It does get uploaded to a leaderboard, and if you have friends on your friends list, it does compare it to that, which is pretty cool. But then you also unlock like characters from like Epic Meal Time or whatever. There's also some other games in the arcade, so we'll take a look at that real quick. Alright, so as you can see here, we're going to check out another one, Virtual Meat Boy. So this is making fun of the Virtual Boy, which is like sort of like Nintendo's first 3D system, or standalone system. And the cool thing that Retro City Rampage is, it actually has an anaglyph, you know, like red and whatever it was, blue, 3D support. So there's a couple areas like this game will support it, and there's like one area it's kind of making fun of like Rad Racer, where it's just like this, and it will also support 3D mode like that. So if you have some of those old paper glasses floating around, you can actually make use of them in this game, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, this game is just you going through trying to collect all the bandages. There's only so many levels, and once you do, you guessed it, you can play as Meat Boy and Retro City Rampage. There's also a lot of other arcade games in here, and you will, if you beat them all, you will unlock different characters, mostly from indie games. And then there's even a casino that will do like certain things, like the card game from Super Mario Brothers 3, where you gotta like press like, you know, match each card or whatnot, and a couple other things in there too. So yeah, so there's some just like little neat like side things to check out in the game, which I think is pretty cool. So here we are again exploring the open world, and here's an example of some of the game making fun of itself. You can see Vanilla Ice Cream and Ninja Raps right next to it, which is like a play on his song that he did for the second Turtles movie. There's a quickie stop. So yeah, we're gonna go explore and see if we can find a mission. So let's go see what we can find. So I wanted to share this part. There's some funny things in the background, like IPOM computer. But there's this temple that you go up to, and I thought this was hilarious. I didn't even notice this my first playthrough. I don't think I ever got to this point. And yay, got a loot bag. So there's loot bags scattered across the world. So as you can tell, the name of your guy in this game is just player. You're just player one. And here's a run-in with John Romero. And he's telling you how to become a god in here, so giving you like the code for god mode, which is pretty funny, but it kind of ruins the game to me. But I just thought it was funny to add Romero in here, and he's behind a big, huge computer screen. As you can see, meeting him is unlocked like his style, so now you can make yourself look like John Romero, which is you run into a lot of that. You'll run into a lot of different industry people, you know, it's kind of like pointing to like, you know, certain rock stars or just movie stars or whatnot. So. And here we're going to change the hairstyle, so I'm going to go for something a little bit crazy here. I like the mustache, so we're going to go for that. And so now every time that my character pops up in like a chat screen or something, that's what they're going to look like. You can see like the pixels have changed slightly, but you know, yeah, it's really funny. And there's like other things like those phone booths that you can collect, and just like a whole bunch of different things, just like in any other open world game that you can do. But don't expect it to be as long as like a GTA or some others. Like I pretty much was able to beat this game in like 15 hours for like almost everything. Alright, so let's check out what mission we got here. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got the speed shoes, and we're just jamming through town really quick. And there's up by the map indicator, you can see where it says go. It's actually counting down in pixels, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, our mission is to go around and basically clean out all these guys' cash registers. So it's got hints of like Grand Theft Auto. It's got some other hints here. There's actually a couple missions that go back and look at like missions that you had to do in like old NES games. Like there's one where you have to go arm a bunch of bombs, and it's kind of like the opposite of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on the NES, where you had to go and dive underwater to go disarm bombs. And of course, it takes place at a dam, you know, the same way. But there's like little gems here and there, and just like in the world, you'll find different things like an area that looks like Mario Brothers 2, or an area that looks like Green Hill from Sonic the Hedgehog, and things like that. But as far as like today, I'm gonna leave it right there. I don't want to spoil too much of the game. I'm just trying to like whet your guys' appetite and maybe make you interested in it. And it's totally worth the price, but it's often on sale. And especially if you're a child of the 80s or 90s, like I am, it's definitely worth taking a look. It's pretty damn cool. Yeah, so I'm just finishing up this mission here, and we're on our way to the subway. So anyways, guys, if you have any hidden gems out there that you'd like me to take a look at, or any suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below, and I will certainly check those games out or suggestions out. And leave a like if you like the video, leave a dislike if you dislike the video. And you can follow me at Cell Processing on Twitter, and you can follow my other counterpart Joe at LemonMerchant1 on Twitter. And yeah, that'll be it for this hidden gem. See you guys next week.